go. And we have to go live. How's it going, Nakama? I'm the DarkBriton of the Runaway Warlords. I am joined by my amazing Nakama, Samurai Drew. How's it going this morning?
Good. 6. It's like almost the Devil's chapter.
I am interested in if we ever get to 1066, but we are here for a One Piece manga chapter 1066, The Will of Ohara. Okay, I'm very interested. Samurai Drew, any thoughts on the cover?
Oh yeah, well, you get the Germa 66, chapter 66. Love that. An emotionless excursion.
And it looks like...
Oh yeah, sorry. I know that you're supposed to be reading it.
Well, it says, an emotionless excursion, Germa returns with an added bonus, and it looks like Caesar is flying with them to the castle.
Oh, now they got the B-team science squad.
Yep, so... Well, the lads... Is it Mads or were they lads? They were Mads. Mads, 2/3 of Mads is back together now with Judge and Caesar, so... And it looks like they are finally about to make their escape with a little bit of damage on one of the sails. Doesn't look like the castle took too much of well, it looks like there's some damage here and there on the various parts of the castle. But
for the most part, everyone's fine. They just, have a couple... It's like, that's some storm damage.
Right? It doesn't seem too crazy, if anything. But I'm going to go ahead and go on. But thank you by Eiichiro Oda, lettering by Vanessa Satone, and as always, translation by Stephen Paul. There's 17 pages. I'll go 8, and you can take 9. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. All right, good. We're back on Egghead Island. What's that supposed to mean? That long in the past, there used to be a futuristic city like this one? Only in theory, as far as I know. And I'm guessing it's Frankie. Oh, nope. That's Robin. That is Robin. Hey, baby girl. There was once a man who gave his life for archaeology and brought that kingdom's existence to light. And that timeline matches up with the period in which a certain machine discovered elsewhere was originally produced. My brain is breaking. Would that machine happen to be made during the Void Century? How much do you know exactly? Okay, so there is a mysterious machine that I don't think we know of that was made during the Void Century, or it could be a weapon. It could be one.
Why is he being so vague with this? I wonder. Why not just say what the hell they're talking about?
It's One Piece. Have you been reading this series at all?
I've had.
As far as the panel by panel. We do have a great spread of Egghead from the Fabio phase, the factory place, going up. Looks like there is just a random person in an outfit. It doesn't look like she's I'm assuming she or they doesn't look like they're a robot at all. So that's
right. It's just like a city with like normal ass people.
Yeah. So and then the laboratory seems like it's up in the clouds, which is really cool. And then we cut to everyone back here and Robin asking the question. Any thoughts on these panels as far as the breakdown goes?
Yeah, I mean, the town with the little floating orbs. But now you're making me think about if the townspeople are all robots or not. Because it could, because you see the 200 mark on the back of that one dude's shirt. So maybe, or it's a mix of robots and people, I guess.
No clue.
Why wouldn't everyone live here then, if that's the case? Like, everyone just move here.
Right, we might be getting there soon. So I'm going to go on to page 3 in 3, 2, and 1. Robin, you know about this? Okay. I realize this may be painful for you to remember. Your hometown Ohara was leveled by the Navy's Buster Call 22 years ago, after all. And that is... Oh! So that looks like that's Shaka that said that. It doesn't look like that was Nami, because it was coming from the speech bubble over. I suspect this was because Ohara had discovered the existence of that particular kingdom. So, looks like Ohara had discovered the ancient kingdom. The Void Century, as it's called, is the hit... Oh my god.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The Void Century, as it's called, is the history of a war between this extremely advanced civilization of the past and a group of 20 kingdoms. The 20 kingdoms won the war and later developed the world government, creating the world that we know today. And in order to ensure that the ideals of the ancient kingdom could not be passed down, they erased all traces of it from history. So basically, we are in a realm where the ancient kingdom basically fought against all 20 of the kingdoms. So it was a revolution, basically.
Right. This is the Void Century here. Like, this is just it. He's just explaining exactly what it is.
The Void Century is basically a 100-year war.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, what? How could that be, huh? Is that really true? Whoa, talk about a tale packed with romance and mystery. Hold on a second, Vegapunk. Doesn't that mean that everyone who learned about this, I'm going on.
Yes, yeah, please do.
Will be eliminated? Yes. Stop! Why are you telling us then? I heard him say it. And then Usopp's freaking out. Forget all of it. You don't know anything. You didn't hear anything. I told you it's only a theory, but Nico Robin, if Ohara was indeed wiped out over this theory, ... wouldn't that mean that the government has initially admitted that it was all true? In what capacity are you speaking of? And Robin's sweating, man. Robin's sweating. The scholars of Ohara had to perform painstaking research on precious ancient texts to arrive at that theory. In your status, can you learn the truth straight from the government? No, whether affiliated with the government or not, the result would be the same. Even I would be eliminated for speaking about it. So that's probably why they're after Vegapunk now, because he knows.
Wow.
So it was a 100-year war.
They're like,
it was a rebellion. It's basically what's happening now.
You know how they keep on saying, like, Vegapunk is 500 years in the future. That's like the government being like, this is technology from the this is future tech right here, not ancient tech. So don't look over here. It's like they were definitely being a little hand-fisted with that, like 500. Anyway, it's just all great.
I'm just thinking if the ancient weapons had to have done something with this war. Like, sure, the mermaid had to have been a part of it. Uranus and Neptune, whatever's on Wano, had to be a part of that. And it was sealed away.
How the hell did they lose if they got all that great technology?
That's how crazy the ancient weapons are, apparently. So
the ancient weapons aren't what... Oh, okay. They're for the bad guys, do you think?
That's what I'm saying. The ancient weapons are probably what the 20 kingdoms used to win the war against this ancient civilization. One being a mermaid that was out of their control. Another being a ship that's probably in their control. So we just... and then the other being in Wano, which was sealed away...
Whatever that is.
Which was sealed away 900 years ago. So, there. Interesting series of events. I'm going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. This is torture. Just let's go. In that case, how did you... She just completely ignored him. How did you learn about the ancient kingdom? All the texts the Library of Ohara compiled. The will of Ohara still lives.
That's the name of the chapter.
Thank you, actually. I needed that. The events of that day shocked the world. The scholars of Ohara, the most knowledgeable in the world, destroyed in the course of a single night with only one girl left alive. Oh, baby girl. And the crime of being a fanatical sect of scholars seeking to overturn the government itself. Several months after it happened, I took a trip to the charred remains. They did throw everything into the lake! I know the great archaeologist Dr. Clover and thought it appropriate to pay my respect to his memories. You knew Professor Clover. I remember them throwing everything into the water. Oh, please, 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 please. I'm going.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering when they're going to bring that up again.
He was an adventurer.
Oh, cool.
Okay, whoa, 1 second. Clover was an adventurer.
Right, he's like some kind of pirate looking guy. Look at young
Clover! Oh my goodness.
This is great.
I didn't know I needed oh, this is so cool. He was an adventurer who obsessed over the Void Century and traveled the world in search of rare texts. Clover was a badass. Clover was arrested by the Navy and broke out over 10 times.
What?
It made him the most famous archaeologist in the world. Oh, this is so cool. I've got 2 more pages left.
I love that. Oh my god.
Eventually, other scholars were drawn to him in his quest, and Ohara became a sacred land for archaeology. Really? So he made it that way. It wasn't already. Their brilliance was the cause of their tragedy. What is this? What is this?
This is.
Is that Vegapunk?
I think that's Vegapunk. You know, like those dudes with the really long heads, like how everyone was thinking.
Oh
like
my
the big
god!
Yeah, the big headed people.
This is our first silhouette. Oh god, everyone's got to be going nuts over this forehead. I set foot on where its head is bigger than his body.
It looks so weird.
Where even the tree of knowledge had been burned to the ground, and what I saw stunned me. They did. Oh yes. I am so happy. I'm so happy because I remember going over all this back in the day, like watching it in real time in 2007, and then throwing the books into the lake. The lake in the center of the island was full of a massive collection of books and papers of all kinds. What is this? I suspect that as the Buster Call burned down on the island around them, the scholars of Ohara made their final stand and died protecting the fortune they wished to leave behind for the future.
The One Piece. That's their One Piece.
Is amazing. This is their One Piece. This is their One Piece.
Look how many books are in that lake. That looks so damn cool. I love that. I was wondering when that was going to come back.
Any thoughts on the panel by panel, or?
Look how many books are in there. I mean, it looks so damn cool. And we get some Wano styling in the water with Clover. And I mean, this is a great chapter. It just sealing the deal on things that we were kind of like halfway maybe wondering about, but then the revelation that Vegapunk took up the books that they threw away. Vegapunk is 1000% now confirmed, maybe not, but maybe confirmed to be a good guy. I think he's an ally for sure.
I definitely will go on the. I don't think he's an antagonist.
No,
but
I think he's on our side, and I think that he, in fact, he used to be apparently enemies with this world government if he's from this futuristic society or whatever.
This is a big ass head. He is part. It does look like he's part of the world government at this point, though.
Yeah, that is true. He's working with everybody, though. He's also working with.
Well, I'm looking at the ship, and the ship has cipher, like.
Oh right. It
has the world government's symbols on it.
We'll see. Okay,
I wonder what PH stands for, though. All right, I have 2 more pages. Let's go into this madness. Ignorant soldiers would not have the ability to recognize the value that what they were seeing. That's fair. Ohara won.
Mm-hmm.
That's super. Oh, Robin. When I saw and understood what had happened, it left me helpless to stop the tears from coming. Please take care of Robin. Make sure she escapes from this island. I still have things to do. Mother, I don't want to leave you. I'll stay here. Save the books. Throw them out the windows. Robin, history is humanity's greatest asset. We cannot give up on the world. I am getting goosebumps, damn it.
Yeah.
And what's the most insane part is Robin just had a reconnection with Clover, with her mom, and with Saul through Black Maria's hallucinogens during the Wano.
Oh my god, nice callback.
I love that we had. Oh my god, I love Oda's writing so much. It's just so cool. Oh.
Okay.
So I have 1 page left, and then I'm just gonna enjoy it all.
Yeah.
Mother, be proud, Robin. Your mother is okay. Woo! Your mother is noble. I was just like, hold on a second. Ohara fought against the world.
Noble. yeah.
Right? Zoom. Hey, What's the big idea of making Robin cry, stupid helmet? You're gonna get it, Vegapunk, soon as you release these shoes. Vegapunk. Just as you suspected, Ohara uncovered the existence of the ancient kingdom. I see. Then it is the truth. Where are the books from the lake now? I wanted to take them back to Punk Hazard with me. That's what the PH stood for. Punk Hazard.
Oh,
but if
right.
my superiors had heard all about it, all would have been lost. The truth is, I don't see anything.
What?
It's up to you. It's up to you. Do you want to
let's look at Frankie making a bit of puff of smoke with Sanji. They're all puffing and huffing.
Well, she's crying.
Right.
Last time we saw her cry was literally in his lobby. Like, the fight over all of this. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Are you good? You ready for my turn?
It's all you, brother.
On page 9. Any chats, by the way? No.
No chats. No.
Okay. I encountered quite a. Wait. What's my Vegapunk #1 voice? He seems kind of.
Shaka.
I encountered quite a combination of people that day. Ohara, West Blue, 22 years ago, months after the Buster Call incident.
What's going on here?
Who's here at these ruins? Giants? This is Vegapunk's face, by the way. This is Vegapunk's face, by the way. And Vegapunk has a long nose, apparently. Or long tongue, I mean. That is so weird. His tongue is hanging down. Okay, let's keep going. Alright. Oh, interesting. Alright, looked it up. What are these giants doing? And what do I do now? Do they understand the value of these books?
I swear to God, is that Shanks?
It looks like it. It's been a while. Hello, Vegapunk. Not that I had to guess it was you, thanks to that head of yours.
Oh my God.
Is that? But look at his tongue though. His tongue goes all the way down, and he brought flowers with him. By the way, you can see it on the back of his leg.
Unless that's a tail.
It looks like flowers. That's a bouquet. There's like little flower petals, I think.
All right, let's see Dr. Vegapunk.
Okay, is that on to page 10? Oh!
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that forehead! Whoa! Whoa! It's a heart?
He has a widow's peak.
Oh, that widow's peak is insane.
That makes it look like a heart. Okay. Dragon? What are you doing here? I'd ask the same of you, Vegapunk. Somehow your head has grown even larger. I knew old Clover, as it happens. You two? And then, look they both brought flowers. Okay, by the way.
Oh my God.
You two? Well, he had a way of trotting around the globe, didn't he? The idea that he would try to destroy the world. A bad joke of a cover-up. And we have Monkey D. Dragon, captain of the Freedom Fighters at age 33.
Monkey D. Dragon!
He doesn't have the scars on him.
At all, man.
He has, foreshadowing his scars, 2 X's, which might be 4 X's that go around his leg.
Luffy won't be born for another 5... Luffy's 19? This is 2
right.
years ago. He won't be born for another 3 years.
Oh, interesting.
22 years ago.
Whoa. Okay, this is fascinating. Okay. So Dr. Vegapunk, director of Punk Hazard Lab at age 43. Okay.
This is Vegapunk.
Dude, he looks ugly as hell. I don't know
so
why he has
ugly.
I don't know why his tongue has to be hanging out of his mouth, but age 43. So that's interesting that they told said what age he's at, because I was kind of maybe thinking he was
so
frozen.
He's 65 now.
Right. So he's just a regular dude. Okay. As a bad joke. Are you curious about those giants too? They're not thieves. I already looked into it. They've come from Elbaf, it seems, and they know what those books down there are worth. Their captain was a strange man, all covered in bandages.
What?
The scarred man, who Kid was talking about. Maybe. It was a strange man, all covered in bandages. I would love it if it was that person. He said, and then I'm going to go on to the next page.
Yeah.
He said, Ohara gave their lives to save this asset of humanity. We can't let it be erased from history. It's a good thing that your world government didn't figure it out and come back to destroy the books that remained. Now, just a moment. I'm not... It made me sick to hear the news that you're a government lapdog now. Ah! Get him, Dragon! Get him! So that means that he used to not work for the government.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When you were too good to accept our offer to join the Freedom Fighters. Don't be stupid. What would my intellect and expertise achieve without an impoverished military force like yours? Yes,
fair.
yes.
He needs money.
I know. You were always honest to a fault. The world government is a massive organization, and within the Navy in particular, there are many reasonable people to be found. Don't lose sight of the goal, Dragon. I know, but I'll admit, this one really shook me.
What is happening?
Wow, so Vegapunk is kind of like Dragon's mentor a little bit.
I don't know if mentor, they're colleagues.
They're colleagues, but he talks to him like he's learning from him now. He's like, don't forget the goal. I don't know. Well, maybe
that's
what
I mean by like colleagues. That's what I mean by colleagues. Look at this dude's face. It's just like his tongue just what? Oda just strikes again.
I know, because at first you think it's a tie. You know, because I go anyway. All right, on to the next, and then we have. I guess I don't really understand. I guess they just Ohara written on a stick turned upside down, and then that's their grave marker. Okay, on to page 12. For the crime of speaking their mind to cruel, unfair force, that is the law. A group of powerless academics was obliterated by extreme violence. But I will create a military force that can actually fight back. You will, despite your hatred of war?
Ooh,
just watch, Vegapunk. I'll change the world. I'll see to it that Clover's death and Ohara's will don't go to waste. Before that year ended, he joined with Emperor Ivankov and Bartholomew Kuma to create the revolutionary army that now shakes the world to its core.
So Ohara is what pushed Dragon over the edge.
Right.
Because at this point he was just freedom fighters, but this is what caused him to align.
Awesome. We love a little connection.
Oh, that is just so good. Just give me all the lore. Give me all the lore.
Mm-hmm. Lore, and then you can see the exterior shot of Ohara just burnt to a crisp, burnt down.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah. And then we fade back into the present day and onto page 13. Unless you had something.
No, I'm just now realizing we were in a flashback. That's how it just. That's how shook I was. I'm just like, oh, we're coming out of a flashback. Okay.
Right.
Oh man.
I didn't realize Luffy's dad was so passionate. Did I hear you mention Elbaf? Dragon and Professor Clover had a connection too. My brain's overflowing, man. Why did Kuma help us? Why did you make him a cyborg, Vegapunk? Eva was a founding member of the Revolutionaries. Oh my God, Sanji doesn't know anything.
He did all he could not to think about those people. And he's not like cringing now, so good for him. He's finally in it.
Oh, that is true. It's true that we must not allow the government to discover that Ohara's library still lives. So, out of personal interest, I traveled to Elbaf in secret and read all of the books they rescued. In other words, all the world's mysteries that Ohara deciphered
That's
are right
Saul!
here
Saul's
in my
alive!
brain. I have carried on the great work of researching them. Oh, baby! We're going to Elbaf next so that Robin can read the books!
Dude, that's Saul.
What?
Look at that middle panel. The guy covered in bandages.
Oh, it's Saul! Oh, that's beautiful! Holy shit! Oh, he survived that maniac! Bro!
Wow.
Oh, I love that!
The guy with the scars.
When Robin and Saul meet back up, dude.
He was just frozen. That's the thing. He was just frozen. People survived being frozen. We saw that. We saw that.
Yeah, but then the Buster call came while he was frozen, so that wasn't necessarily a great sign for him to make it out of there.
That's Saul. That's definitely...
Dude, that... Yeah, I mean, he has a cowboy hat, he's a giant, and he's interested in... Wait a minute, didn't he say that he wasn't from Elbaf? He said, not all giants are from Elbaf. But now he's in Elbaf. Like I said, that's not too crazy.
I mean, of all the people to get the giants to help, and Dragon mentioned that he didn't have anything to do with them, so it'd either be Shanks or a giant.
Look at this little panel though. I love the Saul reveal is insane. Love that, and we'll not trying to pass that up. But the image of him, like, I have it right here in my brain with his finger pointing to it. That is an epic ass stance. Like that like boom. I love that panel right there. Right here in my brain where I've carried out the great work of researching them. The will of dreams, the passing on of your work lives through as long as you can live to see tomorrow, and throw those books into the damn water so that Saul can bring them back up and your dream lives on through Vegapunk. You know? It's exactly what One Piece has been all about. This is great. Okay, I'm going to go on to page 14.
Mm-hmm.
That giant captain, his name was Saul, wasn't it? He is currently in hiding. There we go. I could not tell you more, whoever he might be. And then Robin has the cutest little face. Oh my
goodness. Oh man. I'm screenshotting this. Robin's face is just...
Thank you, Dr. Vegapunk, for ensuring that Ohara's battle wasn't in vain. I am simply engaged in all areas of study. It is the nature of a scholar. Whoa! The shoes are moving on their own. I could not release you, but you may come with me. I have something to show you. So they're all just like locked in place and like they're kind of prisoners, but I think it's for the best.
I mean, they would have started scrapping already. So we have a lot for the sip and discuss, but panel by panel, Robin's face. I just took a screenshot. This is absolutely amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I love it, man. I love it.
And then and then Nami's looking like she's rollerblading for the first time.
Right.
Okay, on to page 15.
Mm-hmm.
Scrap heap, fab, rose phase, egghead. Hey Chopper, there's no place to ride inside of it. Oh, it must be the kind that goes on its own. So it is a robot, and not because people were speculating last week if it was a robot or armor, and so it was like it's a robot. Everybody, it's a robot. But how about go? Oh, robot! What's the command? And then Luffy goes, no, I bet we have to call its name first. Go, Robanosuke! And they're trying to get and then, go, Robanosuke, go, Robanosuke. You guys are such dumb little kids. That's not gonna... Blam! The robot exploded! And the robot seems to be resonating.
Mm-hmm.
And, I say we keep going.
Let's go.
Help! I request their help! I failed again, blasted! Someone, anyone! Rayquaza, help! Rayquaza, okay. Rayquaza, help!
Did he take his brain out?
Did time space get twisted somehow while I was warping? What? What's with this guy? He looks like Kinemon. Oh, weird. Oh, because he's half into the tree. Hang on, I'll save you. Thanks. Wait, thank you. You're Dragon's son, aren't you? I knew you were. Thanks for coming. And you, Bonnie! How much you've grown? No, this is Vegapunk. How much you've grown? Why is he floating? It's good to see you nourished, you flourishing. Vegapunk! Giovanni gets all heated. I see you wearing them too. Look, the Dom shoes have a hover function. Huh? Just push the button on the side and grab the lever. And
he's just having a ball. This dude is just having a blast. He doesn't care. He took his brain out and just put it in all 6 different people and just like left.
Oh, I love it.
Like, look at the little top screw on his head. He has no brain.
And push it down like this. That's it. Oh, we shot up too high. Woo! And then Chopper is like, and I require help. Dr. Vegapunk, the smartest man in the world, SSG, Navy Special Science Group leader. There's Vegapunk with his brain taken out, warping, frolicking around, and ignoring Julia Ravani as she wants to kill him.
So it
to be
looks
continued.
like help. I failed again. So it looks like. Did time space somehow get twisted while I was warping? So it looks like he was. It looks like he was teleporting and then got stuck in the thing, in the robot.
Right.
Okay, so to be continued. So you know what that means. It is time for a sip and discuss. A toast to kicking butt. So, which Vegapunk do we deal with? Young Vegapunk or new Vegapunk? Which head do we want to take on?
Okay, let's go with a young, sexy Vegapunk.
That forehead though. Like, I'm glad that we got the head in the same chapter as the reveal, because could you imagine if this like back silhouette of the big ass forehead would have happened like 4 chapters ago? The amount of photos and shit that would come out.
I'm glad that we got it all. We got like little bits at a time. It's like we see someone in the background. It's like a big ass head.
I am very glad.
Man, there's so much to talk about this big head. So the moon people, sorry to talk about the moon again, but the moon people, they have big heads too, right?
And so does Fukurokuju.
It's a race of big-headed forehead people that came from the moon.
Big-brained, literally big brain. Literally big brain. This dude,
yeah.
What's with the tongue? The forehead, he is a big brain, big forehead person. Literally makes sense. I understand that. Big forehead in Japan is its own joke. I understand that for a smart person. Get that. The tongue?
I have no idea. That seems like a last minute. But it's a really good character design. But it's a little too strange. Maybe for like a side character,
I mean, technically he is a side character.
Well, yeah, maybe you're right. But in One Piece, that means something else. It means not such an important character.
He's 43 in the flashback, so he's 55 now. No, he's 65 now, because it's 22 years ago. And he did all this in Ohara.
He looks a little old for 65.
In current form?
Yeah.
Potentially. But
doesn't he? He looks like he's like 80.
Potentially, but old dudes are old dudes.
Right.
Jeez. It's and I like how he splits his brain up into all these different functions, literally, and now he's just dicking around the entire island. Just
right, he's around. Like,
and they do. So he has like Shaka and Lily. Let's see. I'm not gonna get Aries. I'm not gonna get them all. York, can't forget York. Dear God, I think he's a pervert too.
York?
No, I think Vegapunk's a pervert just because of York and Lily.
Oh, I see. I don't know. Yeah, taking the brain out. What's up with the apple? The apple might mean something.
The apple top.
But right. Presumably that is like a transceiver, because he can like transmit his thoughts to the other one. So theoretically, it's like he's like the main processing plant.
But it would be cool if, like, after all this time, he just wants to like do whatever. That's why he has like them all think for him, and that way he can do whatever he wants. Because he's probably not researching; he's just like warping around. Also, we have the main one with Luffy's group, and then we're gonna have Shock number 1, and all of them are with them. So I wonder who Zoro and Brook are gonna get as far as their counterpart.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, what, is you just gonna have them on the ship not doing anything?
I don't know. They'll probably, who knows? They'll probably hang out the entire series, or just
Rob Lucci. He made the deal for Rob Lucci.
I don't know. They just fight Rob Lucci the whole time.
Brook versus Rob Lucci.
They come from Elbaf, it seems. So yes, we can now move on to Dragon. Right? We can now move on to Dragon.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm older than Dragon right now. In my life, he's 33 in this, so that means Dragon's also 55. So he's 55. Vegapunk 65. Also no scars, and baby Luffy hasn't come about yet. Because this is 22 years ago, Luffy is 19. So even if you give like the year or so for romancing and baby making, that would still put it 2 years out from meeting Luffy's mom.
Or presumably maybe they're together even right now.
But it is confirmed that the Revolutionary Army started. Luffy was born after the Revolutionary Army was started. Because within the year, he had Kuma and Ivankov. That created Revolutionary Army. Then that would give another year to meet baby Luffy. Make baby Luffy.
I've got important revolutionary things to do. I can't be burdened by this child of Laura.
Right. So we have Dragon. But this is also what pushed Dragon over the limits, one would say. Is that fair?
Yes.
This is the destruction of Ohara. Oh my God, Clover! Holy shit! We'll get into that next.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the destruction of Ohara was what pushed Dragon to finally go from being a captain of the Freedom Fighters. It didn't say Freedom Fighter Pirates though; just says Freedom Fighters. To an all-out revolutionary army. So
because he used to serve in the Navy.
Did he?
I thought that was the thing. Or no, did he not?
I don't know if Dragon served. Garp probably wanted him to serve.
Right. I thought he because Smoker knows him.
Everyone knows him though. He's the Revolutionary Army's top guy.
Okay. I think I assumed the line with him and Smoker meant that they used to work together or something.
That's
okay.
Fair. That's very fair. But in context, this is where the Revolutionary Army was born, as well as Luffy yet to be born. And we now know that it is so funny thinking back to when they were throwing all the books into the water. And you're just like, okay, that was in what, the 300s? That was in the 300s, and we're getting the recourse to that now. It is just so much fun to be a One Piece. It is so awe-inspiring being a One Piece fan. It really is. Because just to your point, like, when the hell was that going to come back around? And now it has. As well as Saul apparently being the one who's alive.
Who's Saul?
He's
Wait, did he say the captain? They said our captain told us to do this.
The captain of the Giants, and then when Vegapunk gets to Elbaf, there's the giant who looks like Saul, who's covered in bandages, who would be, as a year before, he was literally blown up. I don't know, the hat, I have to go with. I got to.
The captain is a strange man. Yeah, so they're captain, so that presumably means that he's a pirate now, right? Or no?
Or he was. But again, Robin even asked if he's okay, and he said he's in hiding.
What about Dory and Broggy? I thought that they were the captains of Elbaf.
This is 22 years. This is.
Because they're out doing their own thing. They're still battling right now.
Yeah. So remember, all this it works perfectly because Robin's 30, something like that. So 22 years ago, she was 8, and that's when everything happened. So yeah. So it all adds up. And the giant captain, his name was Saul, wasn't it? And he's like, he is currently in hiding. I could not tell you whoever he is. So I mean, Saul's alive. So again, I'm glad that I called. Oh my God, that's Saul. We don't know if he's the man with the scar. Could be.
But now I'm kind of throwing that one out now.
So it is kind of shaping up that the Land of Giants not only has all this information for Elbaf, but it also has the poneglyph. Wow. Okay. So
so him putting all of these ancient texts together is how he maybe discovered the technology that he's using right now.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Wow. There's someone else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
We also, before we move on from all of this, as far as the Flash. Damn it! I lost my train of thought. Crap.
Flashback.
Giants,
flashback, Vegapunk.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought on that one.
That's fine.
But
all I can think about is how I love when Usopp goes, Did I hear you mention Elbaf? He wants to go there so bad. We have to go there.
Well,
we have to go there.
Again, it's looking like it because the last poneglyph is potentially there, and so is all of this information on. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is we know why Vegapunk didn't join Dragon. He was broke. Vegapunk's all about that money.
Right.
That was the big thing, and that was also referenced with Lilith talking about funds and all of that stuff. So that's been a constant thing for Vegapunk in his research. All right. What's on to next?
Well, we talked about Vegapunk, how he looks crazy. Now his brain's smaller, and he put into maybe he put him into the little vessels. But the number one, Vegapunk really does. I mean, obviously he's the leader, but he also seems like the most. He seems almost like the successor to Vegapunk. Like if Vegapunk died, number one here would be able to pretty much carry on the mission. It feels.
I could agree with that. Well, remember he was giving Lilith orders and instructions, so I could very much see that he is the main leader, if you will.
Okay. Don't they ask about Kuma in this? Straw Hats are like, what Kuma? You made Kuma, right? Why did Kuma help us? Why did you make him a cyborg? So he's asking all these questions, but he just doesn't answer them.
Who asked those questions?
So Frankie goes, my brain is overflowing, man. Why did Kuma help us? Why did you make him a cyborg, Vegapunk? And apparently we're about to get that reveal, maybe next chapter, because Bonnie's about to start.
Okay, I completely.
But the thing is, Vegapunk is just gonna be able to nerf Bonnie in 2 seconds. He's like, okay, gravity. All right, I don't know. Bonnie really does not have a chance to defeat Vegapunk. I don't.
At all, no. Plus, he's this kooky old dude who's just gonna be like, oh, clearly your dad did this. I'm honestly thinking that he's a member of the Will of D, because he doesn't match the races that we've seen. It's one of the few peoples that we're understanding, and if we're on this island, it would make more sense for Vegapunk to be obsessed with someone who is a member of the people that was from the island.
D. Vegapunk?
Bartholomew D. Kuma.
Oh, Kuma. Okay, got it.
So I think Kuma is part of the will of D.
Sure. That means Bonnie is, though.
Potentially.
Well,
who should be the thumbnail for this week? Should it be Clover? Oh, by the way, Clover was
Young
a
Clover.
badass.
Young Clover.
No, I can't find a young Clover. So
page 6.
no, I mean just I don't like using panels for the thumbnails.
Oh, right. But Clover, maybe just in general.
I'll use a Clover. Dear God, this dude, he was such a. I gotta look. I'm looking at his old photo, and I'm looking.
Yeah.
Like his photo as an old dude. Let's see. I gotta see this because where is this? Oh, there it is. Top of page 6. So the little Clover so when he's younger he had a little Clover, and now his head just becomes a big Clover. I love that design. That is so freaking funny.
Yes. Yeah, Clover was arrested by the Navy and broke out of prison 10 whole times.
Multiple times! Clover!
It made him the most famous local. Well, he was already a mischievous scamp when the world government came over. Why did they let him just chill after he broke out of prison so many times?
It honestly feels like this is a very Mont Blanc de Nolan thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he was just like, he wasn't a pirate, but he was like this adventurer with a theme.
Right. The freedom of exploration calls out to many a man. You know, the call of adventure, goes to more than the pirates. It goes to the adventurers and the navy and the archaeologists and the
botanist.
Botanist of the
That's
world.
what he was. He was a botanist. What?
But the call to sea. Do you think that's like a theme of the show, right? Like the call to the sea. It's like
I feel like that's
the call.
Yeah.
The call to adventure makes people famous. It puts your names into history. The call of the sea. Yeah, I love it.
This is so. I love young. Every part of this chapter, I feel like every page was just goddamn good. Ugh.
Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Now, pretending like I'm not. I'm about to just go into big One Piece. What is the One Piece stuff right here? Okay, so like, everyone loves the theory that the One Piece is like a big barrel of booze or something, right? Like the ability to party with the entire world or whatever. The One Piece is the big party, right? Mm-hmm. But the idea is that big sake is the One Piece, and it's like it's the drink that can be shared around the world or something like that. But now we're talking about the battle with an ancient kingdom. The government being like, okay, we gotta lock all this shit away so that nobody can find, all this ancient, beautiful technology. But then they talk about the sun, right? Remember, they're like, we can power this whole island with the sun. Imagine having a mini sun, okay? And then we talk about how Luffy is like the dawn, right?
Or is the sun god, literally.
Sun god, right? Okay, now maybe the One Piece is like a big battery sun thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Now I'm wondering what the One Piece is. Like, what could the ancient kingdom possibly left behind that'd be so instrumental into reestablishing a new world order?
Oh, it's probably like an energy generator or something.
Right. Like a mini, but could it be as simple as a mini sun? Because that's already what's powering Vegapunk's island, is this mini sun thing. I don't know. But I don't know. The whole what is the One Piece? It's making it now. I'm a little shook that it's not a big bottle of sake. If we're talking about how vital this whole future era was back in the day.
Fair.
And what could defeat technology? Devil fruits. So maybe the devil fruits were a part of like the resistance to the futuristic
potentially
society, basically. Like the only way they could fight off like them being a million years in the future, then other people are just like, you know, fishing. Well, what happens if like the ancient kingdom, right, we're these futuristic people that like totally took advantage of everybody because their technology was so advanced? Like, what happens if they weren't the best people, and the world government of today is just a misguided form of them trying to be the good guys?
Well, it's like I said, it's no different from the 8 kingdoms that rose up against this world government. So let's say that in 100 years from now, they're the ones who rule over the world, and 900 years from now, their descendants are giant pieces of shit. Like, it's one of those situations where history right now is repeating itself, from the looks of it.
Right.
You have Marie as well, in regards to Pangea. Pangea was this ancient, I think that's what it was called, Pangea. But it was this ancient civilization that's powered by tech. Marie is powered by people. It's a very low-tech...
slavery.
No, that's what I'm saying. It specifically is a low-tech society, if you will.
They're like Mormons that took over. Or what? No, sorry, Amish. It's like the Amish took over.
Right? Back to the Amish. I'm glad that you got it right on that time, though.
Huh?
I'm glad you got the distinction right between.
Oh, right.
So overall,
yeah.
Sorry, continue. Go ahead.
Well, so Vegapunk is just a smart guy, and because it looks like he's like just smart, and then he discovers this stuff, and then all of a sudden there's robots.
Then all of a sudden robots. Well,
right, because we don't hear about robots until like Luffy starts going onto the sea, and then there's the Kuma robots, right? And then it's the first time that they ever we don't hear about robots before that. So the idea though is that Ohara is the reason that we have robots now. Because even Frankie, I mean, he was a rudimentary cyborg until he discovered Vegapunk's plans, and then was able to upgrade himself into a pretty damn good cyborg.
Fair.
So, I don't know. This is all crazy. I don't know if I have much else. What else are you thinking?
All this is just absolutely delicious. Love the chapter from start to finish. We finally get Vegapunk. I have known about this man for over half of my life, and I now finally, because I found out about Vegapunk in, I want to say, Thriller Bark was Vegapunk. And I was 19, 20 then, so it's...
Alabasta.
Was it Alabasta? It was Vegapunk?
Well, that's what they explained, the dog gun.
There you go. So...
Oh, wait, maybe they don't mention him by name, though. I'll have to look back at it.
So, overall, we get Vegapunk warped in, met Luffy. We got a info dump on what happened with Ohara and how him and Vegapunk know each other. The genesis of the Revolutionary Army. Robin knowing that a dear friend is still alive. I'm fine with that. I would not be fine if Clover and everyone else survived.
Right, or her mom
a giant
survived.
That's a Will of D that was frozen. I could see him probably being taken into custody because it's Kuzan, and Kuzan didn't want to kill him, so he took him into custody, and he got loose. I can see that. Especially, yeah.
Which makes which makes Kuzan the coolest mother effer ever if he was protecting Saul and saved Robin.
Look at you with your little pun. He is very cool indeed.
Right. But like, if he saved both of them legitimately, he's the king of the verse, like him capturing Pudding right now, right? I just feel like he is just primed to be one of the coolest ever.
And we don't know anything about him at all.
Right.
I'm so intrigued by this man. But the Will of Ohara, great chapter. When we do our year end, this is going to be one that we look back on as like, holy cow, this is good. Okay, and before we end off, Caesar is now with Germa 66. That was fun. That was fun. Any final thoughts on the chapter, Samurai Drew?
We are dangerously close to figuring out what the hell devil fruits are.
I feel so too.
We are dangerous, and no break next week. It might be the next chapter that we get full on devil fruit details.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild. But thank you for everyone who has been joining us so far. Be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out with the stream. Be sure to comment down in the description below. It really helps us better understand what's going on. We will see you next week. We'll discuss maybe at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. We'll see how we really want to go about things. But I'm the DarkBriton. This is my Mad Lad Chad, Samurai Drew. We'll catch you all next time. And always remember that anime is adulting. Peace.
Bye. I forget you had the outro tagline.